Okay, so in this installment, we're just gonna do a straightforward collection of the Virtua Fighter games for the consoles spanning from the Sega Saturn to the PlayStation 3. Virtua Fighter was probably the most popular, aside from Tekken, it's probably the most popular 3D fighting franchise known internationally in the fighting game world and the video game world, so might as well check this out. And let me just give you a little heads up before. This does not contain any of the anime, any of the licensed products. I know there was some CG portraits available for the Saturn. There are some action figures, figurines, various manga, some anime that were released for it. It's not included in this collection. This collection is still incomplete. It's a work in progress, but this is what I have attained so far, and so let's just get on with it. And this is what you've been staring at for the past minute. This is the Japanese cover of the original release of Virtua Fighter for the Sega Saturn. This is where Yu Suzuki and the AM2 team, software team, made it happen. It's a fun and enjoyable game. It was a launch game with the Saturn when it debuted in Japan in 1995. Obviously, does it hold up well today? It actually depends up to you. To me, it's just mediocre, but the far more superior title would be Virtua Fighter Remix. This handles almost all the gameplay problems that the original Virtua Fighter had almost seamlessly. It has new artwork. The shading is a lot better on the characters, and it just feels more refined. It's not as clunky as before. And has great artwork for the box art right there. And then from there we move on to Virtua Fighter 2. Some people consider this to be the pinnacle of the Virtua Fighter series. Again for the Sega Saturn. Actually, I haven't cracked open this version of the game. I played the US version. This is still my sealed Japanese version. But aside from the load times, I think it's pretty accurate to the arcade. There are some graphical details missing, but I still appreciate it nonetheless. And right now we'll jump into Virtua Fighter 3 Team Battle. This is the Sega Dreamcast port of the arcade game. And it was not actually handled by AM2, but by a company called Jacky, which was actually the owner's former Sega employee. I think did work on Virtua Fighter. And the game is fun. Graphically for the time, it was alright. The arcade version was far superior. It blew people's minds. That's what made us take the evolutionary step towards the way we look at fighting games today. So, Virtua Fighter 3 Team Battle. It's good for nostalgia, probably if you have a few friends over, but I wouldn't go so far to say that this port of the game is a classic. Then we have Virtua Fighter 4. This is when, it's important to note that Virtua Fighter 3 Team Battle was actually the last the last time Sega would put a Virtua Fighter title exclusive to their own console. Because after that, it moved on to the PlayStation 2 with Virtua Fighter 4. And this is when a majority of PlayStation 2 heads, kids, fanboys, whatever, got a huge exposure to the Virtua Fighter universe when it was exclusively just for Sega Saturn fans. And once they got exposed to it in the world outside of Tekken, it was pretty sure that they embraced it. Now, I know you guys are probably going to kill me for the glaring omission in this video, and that's because I do not own Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution. Yeah, I'm going to say it again because it's hard to believe. I do not own Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution. I'm still trying to track down a copy. Apparently it's immensely popular, still in Japan. It's been sold out almost any online retailer I've tried to contact. They said they're getting back to me, but for the meanwhile, I'm still enjoying Virtua Fighter 4 to the fullest. And so now we can just move on from that to Virtua Fighter 5 for the PlayStation 3. This was actually one of the first games that I did buy for the PlayStation 3, and my main motivating factor for buying that console. And it's a beautiful game. Still today, I don't care. It's almost going to be 3 years after the console and the game was released, and it still holds up beautifully. So that's a testament to AM2 and Yu Suzuki's genius in preparing the series. And right now I'm just going to do a slight segue from Virtua Fighter 3 Team Battle. And it's important to note that if you imported this game, that it came with a second disc called Project Berkeley, in which Yu Suzuki discussed his project about an upcoming game that would be RPG elements, action, a hybrid of different genres rolled into one focused on storytelling. And many of you already know that this Project Berkeley quickly evolved into, bam, Shenmue. There you go. Shenmue for the Dreamcast. It's I call it less of a game and more of an experience, to be honest with you, because there's so much fun and it's just so much to take in right there, especially with the depth of the characters. And then here's Shenmue 2, also for the Dreamcast. This is the European version. It has actually English subtitles with Japanese voiceovers, so it's pretty much authentic and it's import friendly. And in many cases, the gameplay is much more smoother and refined than the original Shenmue right here. So this is my Virtua Fighter Collection in a nutshell. It does not include, again, still in progress and incomplete. We're missing Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution. We're missing Virtua Fighter 10th Anniversary. There was a book that was released, I think, about 4 or 5 years ago, discussing the thoughts of Yu Suzuki and his AM2 team on the process of creating this wonderful franchise. But so far, this is what I have. Still in progress. If I happen to get any news on Evolution or any other Virtua Fighter memorabilia, any accessories, anything additional will be added here. So thanks again for watching.